Hey guys, Sure Midget here. So I have a P80 build to do a video on. This is a Glock 19. It comes in a box like this, and of course you have to turn it into a fully functioning firearm. Side note, Americans have been able to build their own firearms since this country has been founded. So it is what it is, and technology changes, and here we have the plastaware, plastic lower guns, and it's pretty easy to make plastic. So this one is the PF940C. So C stands for compact. It's the Glock 19. They also sell an SC, which is subcompact, and then they're full size, of course. You can build it in a 9mm or a 40 cal, and that's why it's 940. So I obviously opted for 9mm. It's so common. I have multiple 9mm guns, and it's basically the standard. This portion is exactly that. The parts that I decided to use on the inside, I bought a lot of this stuff on eBay, actually, which is really, really cool. So the lower parts kit that I purchased was made by KMT. Basically, it's just OEM stock trigger. Magazine catch isn't the extended kind. You can see it sticks out quite a bit. Some people like it, some people don't. For carry, it definitely wouldn't be good. I don't plan to carry this. This is just a blinker. So it's fine. It's just fine for me. Also, the slide lock is slightly extended. It's got a wing on the back of it. That did come with the kit as well. The trigger and all the parts that go back in here, and the takedown lever. And then I also got a KMT upper slide kit on eBay. Now these are not cheap. $70 for the lower parts kit, and then $82 for the upper, just for the parts that go into the upper. So it's not cheap, but it's just small parts that you definitely can make cheap. Now these are both are KMT, which is American-made parts. So, but I definitely didn't go all out on the lower parts kit. I could have definitely done a lot fancier stuff. This thing I spent about $700 on anyways, so I don't need to go any more baller than that. I spent enough. Now the awesome thing about the P80 receivers is it comes with a rail on the front and a full rail. It's got, what, 3 slots on the... Four slots on the compact, the G19. I think it's 5 slots on the full size, and then I think the short subcompact has 1, and maybe 2. So that's a pretty cool feature. You can attach a flashlight. I don't plan on using the flashlight on this gun. This is just more of a plinker. I have a bedside gun that goes on basically. So the slide that I got on this is the American Tactical Arms ATA-19 Badger is what they call it. It's a stripped slide, and it was $250 roughly. I think it came with free shipping. It was pretty expensive. It is RMR cut, so I do have the option to put a red dot on there if I want. Of course, again, it's Glock 19. It does have the 2 ports on the sides, and then a very large one on the top. Now, I really wanted to do that. I purpose build my guns, and before I even started this, I said I want to do a black gun with a chrome barrel, and I want to have slide cuts in the slide so you can see the chrome barrel. It's just a cool look, right? It's a style, if you will. So I was just scrolling around, and I found it. And yeah, $250. It was well worth it. I did have to buy the plate separately. As you can see, it is a different color. Looks maybe a little silly. I actually ended up getting the right American Tactical cover for this, but it has a big old scratch on it, and I'm like, bruh. So I put this one back on there. This is anodized aluminum, and it fit and looks fine for me, in my opinion. I don't care. that there's a slight shade color difference. The sights that I used on here are pretty crappy, if I say so myself. You can see that they were beat to crap to get them on there. Now these I also got on eBay. They are TSA night sights. Now they're not tritium, of course. They're $30, if I didn't already say that. They are fluorescent paint. Now, it works pretty good if you, let's say you're inside with the lights on, or outside with the sun out. It'll charge up the sights really, really good. So as you can see there, they're red colored. They are really big. They're easy to line up. And the most important thing, at 40 yards, it's just a dead straight shot. Like you pull up, this gun is very, very, very accurate. I was very surprised, to be honest, with the sights like that I had to beat on. The gun shoots perfectly straight, and out to 40 yards, it's almost a hit every single time on a silhouette steel target. But the only time these are really any useful, I mean, other than during the daytime, they're pretty bright red, so it's just good in general. But if you're outside when it's nice and sunny out, and like let's say you go into a dark basement, they will be very, very bright. Or if you're inside like with the lights on, like I have it here, and then let's say I need to pick it up and go into my basement, there's a bump in the night and I go into my basement, they'll be pretty bright. But you have to have your lights on. You have to have a source. So it's crappy. It's crappy. Now, I only spent $30 on them. I didn't expect a whole lot, and this is mainly a plinker. This is not going to be a bedside gun. I got 2 magazines loaded with 14 rounds. If they do hold 15, I just put 14 in there. Onto the barrel. The barrel is chrome, like I was saying earlier. It is made by Swinson, and I spent $110 on it. I like it. It did rub in. It was shiny pretty much all throughout, but the slide rubbing against it kind of wears it in a little bit. That's normal. But it's nice and clean in my opinion. I just cleaned this because I had it out at the range. Speaking of that, I have probably put 500 rounds, 400 to 500 rounds through this so far, which is a pretty decent amount. And for a home-built gun, it's been decently reliable. I will say it does not like steel case, and that's mainly because I purchased which I totally forgot to mentioning it now, it is a 20-pound recoil spring. It is stainless steel, and it's very heavy. So this is made for plus P ammunition because the standard spring is 16 pounds. So it's not like a crazy difference, but it doesn't like steel. So I've been running Norma 124 grain brass case. This stuff I can get for a little under 50 cents a round now, which is nice. And it runs really good with that. I've had a couple malfunctions. It has overrided the magazine. So now onto the magazines. I have 3 of the Magpul 15 rounders. Overall, they're pretty good. Basically, I think it overrode the mag. There were a couple times where like my slide was like back like that, and I'd look and the round was barely like stripped out of the magazine. Like it tried to strip it out like way too late and barely got it. So then basically all you have to do is rack it. It's an easy fix and keep going. I have had like one malfunction where it basically didn't extract the cartridge, and it was trying to feed a new one. That happened once, but two or three times I've gotten like magazine failures, and that's out of 400 to 500 rounds. This gun's got two triggers. It's got the MAGA trigger. This is the MAGA Glock, and it's also got the stock-ish Glock trigger. All right, bad jokes, I know. So in terms of the trigger, it does feel pretty similar to a stock like factory Glock, but it's definitely different. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the bottom. Thoroughly happy with this thing. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the shooting footage.